From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
And good morning, everyone. We are back. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic. Welcome to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Thursday, the day after Christmas, the 26th day of December for 2024. And we're here to start your day the right way with all the news, weather, and sports. The day today, going to be talking about the Nebraska men's basketball team. Big victory for the Huskers last night as they win the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic in Honolulu. The Nebraska football team preparing to take on Boston College this Saturday in the Pinstripe Bowl. We will get some comments coming up from Nebraska offensive coordinator Dana Holgorsen. There's a transfer news to talk about here today. Hastings College basketball teams are getting ready to resume their seasons early next week. And the high school basketball scene gets going again tomorrow with the Broken Bowl Holiday Basketball Tournament. Had some NFL stuff yesterday, so we are jam-packed again today as we'll also take a look at some bowl matchups and how we are doing in our bowl bonanza. We've got 3 bowl games coming up on tap today for this day after Christmas. We've got the Sports Bowl between Pitt and Toledo. We've got the Guaranteed Rate Bowl between Rutgers and Kansas State. And then the 68 Ventures Bowl. Been waiting for this one. Arkansas State and Bowling Green. That's all to come today as we've got our bowl predictions as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios this morning. Good morning.
I can't believe you're talking about the 68 Ventures Bowl. I mean, that's the biggest one on the sheet, right? As we get set for Bowling Green, Arkansas State. It's the one I'm looking most forward to anyways. We'll talk bowl predictions. We can just gloss over my bad last 2-day stretch, 48 hours of picking college bowl games. Took 5 overtimes, but we went 1 and 2 this week. Again, we'll get into that and so much more. And talk a little from the holidays, the Christmas time. Somebody was listening to the show a couple weeks ago because one of the items on the old Christmas list was scratched off. So actually 2. 2 were scratched off. I only gave you 3. And so that was a pretty good record in my book. We're also sporting the Buffalo Sabres hockey jersey today, Mike. Buffalo snapping a 13-game losing streak by knocking off the New York Islanders yesterday 7-1. And so the losing streak is over for Buffalo. I thought I would throw on a little Buffalo Sabres hockey jersey today for you just to show my support.
So was that in that little ice thing outside?
No, that's coming up on New Year's Eve.
Oh, all right.
That is New Year's Eve with the Blues and Blackhawks from Wrigley.
Yeah, all right. So it was nice spending Christmas Day with NFL football yesterday. The Kansas City Chiefs winning and the Baltimore winning in the 2 games yesterday. But normally we didn't have that. You know, we had basically NBA basketball. So we spent the day out at Amber's, and of course she had the NFL football on one big screen TV. We had NBA basketball on the other, so that's kind of how we spent all our Christmas get-together yesterday.
Yeah, but it was still weird with Christmas and NFL on Christmas because it's made for a ridiculous amount of hustle and bustle on the fantasy football lineups. It's essentially Wednesday. Normally, I go through a little process where Tuesday I kind of go through the waiver wire. Well, Wednesday is the day I make my waiver pickups. Well, hell, I have games to play. I have players to start. Luckily,
what are you worried about? You're in the consolation bracket.
I am one of. There's only 2 spots left to earn cash. Consolation ladder is one, playoffs is the other, and only the bottom 4 teams can cash on the consolation ladder. So you bet your bottom dollar. I have been laser focused this week to come up through the bottom four and to emerge victorious and to at least get something out of this fantasy football season, because it has been one miserable pile of you-know-what trying to navigate through this football year with all the injuries and just bad starts that I've made. Let's be clear. So with an opportunity to win some money, I'm still laser focused.
All right, so that's
Laser
what's
focused, but forgot to start most of my guys yesterday.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Bench is scoring pretty good.
All right, so we'd like to have you join us here today if you would. You can give us a call, 402-834-1330, 402-834-1330 if you want to chime in on anything sports-related or anything that's on your mind on this day after Christmas. We'd love to chat with you today. We're available everywhere. If you're listening to us on our webpage, that's great, x-streamsports.com. On your smartphone with our free mobile app, your smart speaker that you acquired from Santa Claus yesterday. Hopefully you got that dialed in and you're listening to us. Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, we're everywhere. If you want to leave us a message on the Facebook Live or Twitch, do that as we kind of get back into the routine here. We had a couple of days off. Now we return for a couple of days, and then we get a couple of more days off this weekend with the weekend coming up. Then next week is New Year's. I can get used to this calendar.
I've been a fan so far of this particular holiday calendar and the holiday days that we actually get to celebrate with our family and our friends, thanks to our bookkeeper that is allowing us to take those times off. So it's a nice, refreshing way to work, isn't it?
That's because we didn't have him in our previous job.
That's right.
That's because we usually worked all these holidays and the days after. And
I kind of slid out early. I had the tendency to do that.
The Nebraska men's basketball team picked up a huge win last night. They won the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic with a win over Oregon State, 78-66. Many of you probably didn't get to see that because the preceding game, the third-place game, went into overtime and took forever to play. Nebraska was scheduled to tip off like at 8 o'clock, and so they didn't get started until like 8:40, I think 8:46. Was the official tip-off time last night. So it lasted well into the night. I hung on to watch the Nebraska game last night. They played well, 78-66 over Oregon State. First time Nebraska has won a multi-team event since they won the 2000 San Juan Shootout.
Wow.
That's 24 years ago since we've won.
Stat.
Yeah, no doubt, since we've won a tournament. Second time that a Fred Hoiberg coach team has won the Diamond Head Classic. He got at Iowa State to the tournament championship in 2023. Bryce Williams of Nebraska was named the tournament's MVP. He had 25 points last night. I think he had 32 the other night in their last game. So Bryce Williams, congratulations to him. Congratulations to the Huskers. And Nebraska will now play a non-conference game on Monday against Southern before they get back to the Big Ten conference scene. So kudos to the Nebraska men's basketball team. They win the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic last night. They beat the Beavers of Oregon State, 78-66.
Kudos to you for hanging on and watching with the Huskers. I went night.
Really?
I went night. Well, I mean, it was Christmas break. We had Christmas Eve, Christmas Day in there. Suffice to say, sleep hadn't really been a priority, and the early morning portion especially hadn't really been a priority, so I had to kind of start myself back into the routine, so to speak. So, I went home and went night pretty early.
Well, there's not much on the agenda for today.
No.
So I thought that, I pick up a few things here and there, maybe run to the bank, do some odds and ends, and then maybe take a little nap.
Take a little nappy poo.
Take a little nap this afternoon. I don't think I'd mind that. We're back at it on Friday because that's going to be a full day for us here.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we got a bunch of bull picks.
I was just taking a look at the slate. I mean, between Blazing 5 and Bull Bonanza, we're going to be picking just about everything. Everything but our nose.
Yeah, we don't want to pick our nose. Then we got
everything but our nose tomorrow.
2 days off, and then back to work on Monday. The Nebraska football team getting ready to play Boston College. Is anybody talking about this? Do we even know? Do a lot of people that are not like really attached to the sports scene, do people remember that Nebraska still has one more football game to play? I know we haven't done it for 6 or 7 years, but we got a bowl game to play this Saturday. Do you see the field? They had a picture on social media of Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
And it was all decorated up. They had the scoreboard on. They put Boston College up in red. They put Nebraska up in gold.
They got the other way around.
Yeah, the end was up in gold.
Okay, well, it should be the other way. Boston College gold because they are the Golden Eagles, and then Nebraska with the red. They're baseball guys. Come on, they don't know.
It looked like a baseball field. It looked so lovely.
It doesn't it? It's one of the most sacred places.
Oh, the snow in the end zone was great.
Cannot wait for a snow game. We didn't get a white Christmas here. We might as well get one in Boston College.
Actually, we did have a white Christmas north of town. It was snowing when I went out to where I had to go yesterday.
Shut up.
Yeah, it was snowing just north of town. And with the frost, all that frost on the trees and everything, it was basically a white Christmas.
It was foggy. Like, that's the only thing I can know about the Christmas was it was stupid foggy.
Yeah, it was extremely foggy. It's foggy out again this morning.
We went to Kearney to head over to the vet's home to see the uncle, and as we were traveling, and just the amount of stupidity that you see on the roads in foggy conditions, people not using their headlights, or people that decide to make a double car pass on the highway in foggy conditions when you can't see cars that don't have headlights. I'm like, come on, for Christ's sake, it's Christmas. Don't you want to get to your destination safely? Some people just have no chill. I don't get it. But we arrived and we had a great family gathering, and it was great to see all the family once again. So yeah, back in action. No white Christmas, just fog.
We're going to have a little fog today, but I think it's going to be nice weather-wise. It's going to be up around into the 40s, I think, again today. So can't complain about that. January is coming up, and the bottom end is going to fall out of the old thermometer. Yeah, you just know it. It's going to be colder as all get out in January.
I don't know. Can we go is like Hastings College baseball heading down to Arizona? Can we get out of here early in the wintertime? The older I get, the less tolerable I get for cold weather.
Oh, I'm with you. Mm-hmm. I told my wife, I said, this is the last winter where we're spending in Nebraska. And then I just keep on going.
Yeah,
like the Energizer Bunny, we just keep on going.
Well, it's like you get to the point where it's like December like this, and you're like, oh, you know what? I can manage this. I can manage this. And then, boom, you're hit with -3 real feel, 45 wind chill, which, again, we'll get to that. When we get to wind chill at some point this winter, I will go off because it's the most irrelevant temperature reading on the face of the earth. If it's 45 below with the wind chill, then it's actually 45 below. That's what it feels like. Then that's what it is. But that's irrelevant. Again, we'll argue with Tim when he talks about wind chill and stuff coming up this winter. But
you don't like the wind chill reading?
I think that's what you read as the actual temperature. If the wind chill is 45 below, then it's 45 below. Don't try to gloss over it with -3. Nay.
Yeah, we'll talk to Tim about that. The Bowl Bonanza.
Yeah,
let's get an update on that before we get to the news break. You were 1-2.
That's pretty bad.
You were 1-2 in your bowl selections. You're now 9-6 overall. With the power points, or whatever we're calling them.
I lost 34. 34 power points fell off the table.
You're at 209 now.
That's not going to get to the race to 540.
I went 2-1.
Nicely done.
I went 2-1 over the last 48 hours. I'm now 11-4 in my bowl picks with 276 points. Timmy boy, he's kicking our butt again.
Yeah, he is.
Tim Stroman, the head baseball coach out of Adams Central, who's we've put on staff here as our guest predictor the last couple of weeks. He's 14-1.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's 14-1 now in his bowl selections. And if we can get him out of bed, we'll get the 3 picks for today. So we can't get into our bowl bonanza picks until we get Stroman up.
Right.
Yeah, he's a school teacher. So obviously,
Christmas break.
yeah, they're sleeping in today.
Yeah.
And he forgot to give us that. Yeah, we're working today, Timmy boy.
Yeah.
We're working today, Timmy boy. We need your bowl selections for today, or we'll just give them zeros.
There you go. We catch up.
Yeah, well, we can catch him. We'll just give him zeros.
Your
That
catch up day.
he missed all 3. So anyway, we'll get the bowl selections coming up here in
Would you say it was 208 to 270 something?
276,
Jeez.
209 to 276 as far as our points are concerned.
We gotta go on a streak.
You're 9-6 and I'm 11-4.
Yeah, we gotta go on a run.
Well, we got a lot of games coming up here. In fact, a majority of the games are now gonna be out there.
We got
There's
Friday, Saturday,
there's 3 today.
2,
Oh yeah, look at them all.
6, 8, 12, 15 games. Is that what I count?
In the next 2 days.
15 games to pick tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a bunch of games, so
Oh boy,
we could go either way.
Yeah.
Could go either way.
it's pivotal 2-day stretch here.
All right, so you're waking up with Mike and Tyson. We're back at it here on this Thursday morning, the day after Christmas. I think most of the businesses are opening back up today. Obviously, all of them were closed yesterday, except for the convenience stores.
Those poor convenience stores. I felt bad, and then we ended up going to one.
I did too. I did too. I was
out
in
of gas.
I was in one yesterday.
I was
can't-
bone
it was-
dry out of gas.
It was an older lady that was behind the counter.
Sure.
She seemed like she was having a good time.
Yeah.
Wish me Merry Christmas.
No.
So that you got most of the things that you wanted for Christmas. You listed 3 things on the show last week. 2 of them came through.
I got 2 of the 3 things from the Christmas list, and then I got like 3 things that I didn't even know I needed. That I absolutely that I'm absolutely delighted to have. So the air compressor came through.
Really?
And yeah, but it's not one of those drag it out of the garage and. This is a like electronic battery powered one, which is great. It's like my first Ryobi Christmas, so I'm excited about that. And then we got the BB King album, Live at the Regal.
Who came up with that? Pops?
No, that was BB King album came through from my best friend's mom.
Where do you find? No, where do you find something like that?
I'm pretty sure Amazon. Amazon or like diving through and finding one in the record stores, but this appeared to be I don't know. It's a remastered version, and so yeah, excited to dig it out.
Stick that on the old turntable today.
Yeah, and I can stick that on the new turntable with a new display for my records that lights up that says now playing. So I'm excited about that.
Wow.
Present. Yeah.
Like
My
a little
friends-
jukebox, huh?
Yeah, my friends know me. They get me. They get my soul. And so they came through on some really good Christmas stuff. Aunt came through with some Christmas cookies. Had those last night. Fantastic.
I know. I've had so much
Dude, right?
sweets and candy and stuff.
I hope
My
our
doctor's listening to me this morning, and it's going to be bad
I
news
think
when I
we have
go
the
in.
same one. I think we have the same one.
Yeah.
If he's listening, let's just gloss over it.
Yeah, and I think I have an appointment with him in the next 30 days or so.
Good luck with that, buddy.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be bad. I'll say,
Mention my name.
well, I'll just say you shouldn't have a doctor's appointment and you're going for a checkup like around the holidays. You should give me like a 3-month moratorium. Don't schedule my appointment in January right after the holidays because
Oh, God.
I know my weight's up probably like 15 pounds
Yeah.
and all my blood work is going to be all messed up.
But it will get better.
Well, it'll get better. Schedule me later in the year, will you? Don't put me in January next year.
Yeah.
Give me like a 3-month moratorium.
I noticed that. I noticed that the other day. It was, in fact, yesterday as we were getting ready to go to Kearney. Noticed that the weight was up a little bit during the holidays. And to be fair, like, fully transparent, I only wear pants like maybe twice a year. Jeans, right? You could, if I was working and the governor was coming in to do a live in-studio interview, I would be in a hockey jersey and shorts, more than likely. Okay? I just don't wear them. It's not a big thing, but we had a family Christmas yesterday, so Mom says you got to wear pants, and because when Mom says you got to do it, right? So I went to put on the jeans that I had last year. And
Didn't fit.
I quickly remembered, I'm like, oof, we put on some holiday weight here.
You sucked it in and got the button.
Nope.
Couldn't even do that?
Went to the stretchable khakis.
Oh, God.
Had to go to the stretchable khakis. It was an embarrassing defeat. So I fully get why people are now doing like the New Year's resolutions, and I think it's because for people like me that don't dress up every so often, they get to this stage in the Christmas holiday, and they finally dress up to go do nice stuff with friends, and they're like, oh God, I can't fit into these clothes anymore. I gotta lose the winter weight, and so I'm gonna make this New Year's resolution to lose weight. I'm pretty sure that's why people do it.
And there'll be a ton of those people.
Oh yeah, you know it. They'll be flocking into the gyms.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, the gyms will be empty.
Yeah.
So for all those who have gym appointments, like, no worries. The rush comes and goes. It'll be busy for about 2 weeks.
You get a gift card.
Yeah.
You get a gift card and you go out and really knock it loose. I remember that. We did that.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, my wife and I thought we were going to go on this weight
health kick
thing. Yeah. So we go out and we buy a very expensive treadmill. Mm-hmm. We thought we were going to set this treadmill up in our house and just kill it every night.
Yep.
Never happened. We did it for about 2 weeks.
That's about how long it lasts.
And then we turned the treadmill into a clothes hanger.
Okay.
So we hung all of our clothes on the treadmill. Finally got rid of it. The IT guy took it. IT guy took it. Now he's burning the hell out of that thing.
I don't do so much on the exercising, but like I will watch what I eat as we move.
I watch what I eat too, right in my mouth. I watch it from the plate right into my mouth.
I like that.
So
your doctor doesn't, but I do.
I know. All right, you're waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning. Again, if you'd like to join us, chime in, Facebook Live, leave us a message, maybe on Twitch, leave us a message. Better yet, give us a call. Love to chat with you today. 402-834-1330 if you're up and at 'em here today on this Thursday morning. 7:22 as we get our first check on news here this morning.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Local news this hour brought to you in part by the Hastings Federal Credit Union, where since 1946, Hastings Federal Credit Union has been a part of the Hastings community, and it's community that is at the heart of everything they do. As a nonprofit financial cooperative, the credit union is owned by the members who join, and joining, simple as opening a primary savings account. Get from point A to point B and everywhere in between with a low-rate vehicle loan. Whether you're committed to camping or love living the lake life, you can also count on the credit union to finance your next big toy. They even do personal loans for life's little curveballs. So with affordable loan rates, convenient repayment options, and a friendly local service and staff that knows you by name, you can see for yourself what the credit union difference is all about. That's Hastings Federal Credit Union, 707 North Marion Road, or online at hastingsfcu.org. Hastings Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. We start off this morning at the state capitol, where Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen is recovering from a procedure after being bucked off a horse he was riding on Sunday. Officials gave an update on the governor's status Monday morning to elaborate on his injuries, which included several broken ribs and a collapsed lung. Pillen was transported to the Columbus Community Hospital after the fall and then to the University of Nebraska Medical Center in Omaha. Pillen was reported to be in stable condition following the surgery. Meanwhile, in Hastings, damages were limited to a single room during a structure fire on Monday night in a trailer at Schmitty's Mobile Home Park, thanks to the use of a smoke alarm. Hastings Fire and Rescue responded at 10:30 in the evening to the fire. The sole resident evacuated safely. The resident was checked for smoke inhalation but declined transport to the hospital. The home is still livable after cleaning and limited repairs. The cause of the fire said to be accidental, caused by smoking around combustibles. Hastings Fire and Rescue also responded Monday afternoon to a fire on the roof of DeWitt Funeral Home and Cremation Services. That fire was caused by the use of a torch on the roof, an operation for which the roofing crew had not obtained the proper hot work permit from the fire department. Meanwhile, troopers with the Nebraska State Patrol arrested a Grand Island man after a high-speed pursuit in Sand Hills. At approximately 2 p.m. on Monday, a trooper observed a Ford Edge driving westbound at over 100 miles per hour near Highway 2 near Dunning. As the vehicle approached Thedford, another trooper successfully deployed stop sticks to slow down the vehicle. The driver then pulled over, came to a stop. Troopers took the driver into custody without further incident. 58-year-old Jeffrey Zatak was arrested and lodged in the Custer County Jail. And ridership on Amtrak in Nebraska has doubled in the past 2 years. This according to data from the passenger rail carrier. Ticket sales broke records nationwide in the fiscal year of 2024. An 18% increase in Nebraska ticket sales, outpacing the system's 15%. Using federal infrastructure dollars, the Amtrak depot in Hastings received significant upgrades to improve accessibility and comfort. So the choo-choo keeps on chugging with Amtrak there. 7:26, we'll spin things back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Well, the Nebraska men's basketball team beat Oregon State 78-66 last night to win the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. It's the first multi-team event victory for the Huskers since they won the 2000 San Juan Shootout, and the second time a Fred Hoiberg coached team has won the Diamond Head Classic as he guided Iowa State to the tournament championship in 2013. Bryce Williams was named the tournament's MVP after scoring 25 points against the Beavers. Nebraska now 10-2 in the season and will play host to Southern on Monday. Tip-off will be at 8. The Nebraska women's basketball team will play at number 1 ranked UCLA on Sunday. Tip-off of that game will be at 4. The Nebraska football team has picked up a transfer wide receiver from Kentucky. Dane Key is the number 2 wide receiver and the number 6 overall player in the ESPN transfer rankings. Key was a 3-year starter for the Wildcats, who caught 126 passes for 1,870 yards and 14 touchdowns during his career. He'll have 1 year of eligibility remaining. The Huskers got a Christmas Day commitment from Idaho defensive back and return specialist Andrew Marshall. He played in 26 games over his 2 seasons for the Vandals. As a true freshman in 2023, he tallied 22 tackles and deflected 5 passes. This fall, he notched 50 tackles, 3 deflected passes, and a forced fumble. In 2024, Marshall also averaged 40.9 yards and 8 kickoff returns with a touchdown. He also averaged 10.7 yards on 14 punt returns with a touchdown. Hastings College basketball teams will return to the floor next week. The women will play host to Sterling on Monday beginning at 1. The men will play at Friends University in Wichita on Tuesday. Tip-off for their game will be at 1 o'clock. The Adams Central basketball teams will begin play in the Broken Bow Holiday Tournament tomorrow. The boys will play Boone Central beginning at noon. The girls will also play Boone Central at 1:30. St. Cecilia will begin play in the Amherst Holiday Tournament on Monday. NFL yesterday, the Kansas City Chiefs locked up home field advantage throughout the playoffs and received a first-round bye after beating the Pittsburgh Steelers 29-10. Patrick Mahomes completed 29 of 38 passes for 320 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Chiefs. In the other game, Baltimore beat Houston 31-2. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson rushed for 87 yards, good enough to surpass Michael Vick for the most rushing yards by a quarterback in NFL history. Jackson now has 6,100 110 yards. That's a check on your sports headlines this morning on Extreme Sports. It is 7:29.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. A dense fog advisory continues until noon today. Highs around 41 today. Under cloudy skies, south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 35 tonight. Overcast again tomorrow, 48. Dry and warmer Saturday and Sunday with highs in the mid-50s. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Schrabley. Currently, it's 36 degrees.
And we've got fog in Hastings, winds blowing out of the south at 4 to 10 miles per hour. You're listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Thursday. Mike and Tyson here on Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Extreme Sports has been bringing you the exclusive home of Hastings College Athletics, and we're just getting started. Thanks to our incredible sponsors and your support, Extreme Sports 2 has been a huge success. And now we're excited to announce the launch of Extreme Sports 3. With Extreme Sports 3, you'll get even more local sports coverage. Plus, 24/7 access to Sports by Line, where you'll hear the best in national sports talk. Whether it's Hastings College, high school action, or the latest from around the sports world, we've got it covered across all 3 streams. And don't forget, when we're not broadcasting games, join us weekday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for Huddle Up with Mike Will and Tyson Havronik. It's the perfect way to start your day with sports, news, weather, and great local interviews. So tune in, check out all 3 streams, and stay with us for even more sports coverage coming soon. Thank you to our sponsors for making it all possible, and to you, our listeners, for keeping Extreme Sports strong.
Mike Will, Tyson Havronik, again, welcome to Extreme Sports for this day after Christmas, the 26th day of the month here. Thursday, as we get you up and get you going. Again, thanks for listening to us, no matter where you're joining us, either on our website at x-streamsports.com, your smartphone with our free mobile app, your smart speaker that Santa brought you for Christmas, your Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're listening to us. Thanks for joining us as we get you set for a weekend in sports, including the Nebraska football game this week at the Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium.
Saturday morning.
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
Bright and early. Kegs, eggs, and football. Let's do this.
11 o'clock start. Huskers and Boston College. I think we're still like a 2.5-point favorite. I think the last time we checked over Boston College.
It'll be really easy for me to take a gander here.
Yeah, take a look there. We're going to talk some college football. Huskers in the Pinstripe. 3.5. It's going up
now. New line.
Going up.
Moving on up.
Dana Holgerson, the offensive coordinator for the Huskers. He was before us here recently, talked about the tight end play. Of course, we've had some changes at tight end since the end of the season, with one guy moving on and some other guys moving up through the depth charts. And Dana says expect to see Thomas Fidone in the ball game on Saturday against Boston College.
Yeah, he's had really good practices. I've been very proud of Thomas. I mean, he's treating this like it's camp. You know, I mean, he's out there just playing his tail off every single day. You know, Luke has been playing his ass off for the last 9 days. I mean, he has all season, but those two guys, their reps have went up. You know, obviously because 87 is going to go do something else. But, you know, Heinrich is transitioning and looks really good, you know, and so he's another body. You know, the more of those bodies we can put out there, the better. I mean, you know, Wood 16, you know, brings that kind of a body type. You know, I mean, he's not really a tight end, but he's a move around H-back kind of guy. Carter Nelson is a guy that's going to grow and develop into that. So the more of those bodies we can have, the better. You know, we're not turning this into an air raid 4 wideout program. I mean, that's not going to happen. So these tight ends are important. And, you know, there's probably 2 or 3 other ones that got a whole bunch of reps here over the last 9 practices that excite me, you know, that are all young and going to keep getting better and better. So, you know, Coach Satterfield's doing a great job. He's an incredible tight end guy and run game guy, to the point to where he gives me ideas and puts those guys and drills them. And it's been cool.
And Coach also talked about the Boston College defense and what they expect on Saturday.
Yeah, they're a good football team now. I got to know Bill O'Brien when he was at the Texans down in Houston, and, you know, followed his career. And he's a dang good football coach, you know. And then, you know, taking over for Coach Hapley, which is a defensive guy, right? And so they do a great job defensively. I mean, their front seven is experienced, old, active, deep. I mean, they play three deep and all that stuff, right? They play a lot of man coverage. Their secondary is always in the right spots. Their you know, the turnover thing is concerning. You know, it's why we lost the Iowa game, and so we got to make sure that we're focusing on that. They're a good football team, well coached. You know, got a lot of respect for what they do, and then, you know, I'm telling you, it's going to be a challenge for us defensively. We knew it would be going into the Iowa game. This is very similar because, you know, they're just stingy on defense, and we gotta take care of the ball. We gotta score in the red zone, and you know, they're good on third downs too. So when third downs are there, we got to do our best. It's gonna be a big challenge for our offense going against what's a great defense.
And Dana Holgerson also talked about the progress of Nebraska freshman quarterback Dylan Raiola.
Yeah, just his intelligence, it never ceases to amaze me. I sit in those quarterback meetings, and Coach Thomas is an incredible quarterback coach and very smart, and drills them on protections and coverages, and Dylan's always got the right answer. I've never been around a freshman quarterback that has those answers. I've been around, you know, freshmen in general that are playing at a high level, but not to the point to where they understand those questions. So I think the thing that stands out to me is just his football intelligence. You can tell you can tell that Dad and Uncle Donnie, Dominic and Donnie were probably putting that kid in a film room and showing him a bunch of video when the kid was like 10 or whatever it was. So it's amazing, and it's been fun to kind of see that side of him, in recruiting. I think he's at like every dinner when all these kids come in to, for the transfer portal visits. I think he's there most of the time because he understands the importance of getting guys in here that can help us win. But just a team guy, great guy to be around. Obviously talented and going to continue to get better.
All right, so that's Nebraska offensive coordinator Dana Holgorsen as the Huskers prepare to take on Boston College in the Pinstripe Bowl on Saturday at 11 o'clock in the baseball stadium at Yankee Stadium in New York City. So
Coach Holgorsen never ceasing to just impress me with his presence in front of the Nebraska media. He's such a black and white guy. He doesn't gloss around or maneuver around the edges. He says it like it is, and it's so refreshing to hear. I think from the Nebraska fan base to hear a guy that just talks football, the X's and O's, the kind of the inner workings of how things are going on. Like mentioning that Royola is a part of those transfer portal visits and talking with those guys and wanting them to be a part of something special moving forward, and not afraid to call guys out. At times, we go back to one of his first press conferences when he's like, I asked these 5 receivers what the hell they're not blocking for, to giving a guy a pat on the butt by talking about how he's playing his ass off. I mean, he's not afraid to say it like it is. I love Dana and everything that he's done and acknowledging that moving forward, this isn't going to be a 4-out wide, air it out, all go offense. It's going to be built and established the Nebraska way, and I think he's doing a great job. So kudos to him. Excited to see that offense and some of the players plug it and play. I think Harburg's going to see a lot more time on the field on Saturday, and I think we're in store for a pretty good football game. Speaking of 87, as he mentioned, Borkature, he commits to Texas A&M. I think over the weekend into the last week, so he's moving on, heading to Aggieville. I did see, was it Malachi Coleman yesterday? Minnesota. He stays in conference.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Minnesota.
Well. Sooner or later, Dana is going to learn his players, and he won't have to refer to them as numbers, maybe by name. Yeah, 87, he's out, but 84 is going to play. Could see some 83.
Maybe you give, especially for the outgoing players, not really pay that much attention to them because they're outgoing, they're gone, they're no longer a part. So yeah, just 87.
Number 10 might play.
Are we? Is this happening? IT man's messaging me today.
I saw that.
Did Santa get you a new office chair, or do we need to expense one out for you? Well, hell, if I don't have to pay for it.
Santa didn't bring you a new office chair?
I'd love one. I'd love one in the expense report.
Well, I don't know if we can do that. We're just asking if Santa Claus brought you one.
He did not. Don't need
so
wheels.
it still needs to be replaced in your office?
Yeah. And from what I'm judging by the message here, that might go on the budget line.
You're not getting one like the IT guy.
I want one that swivels and rocks back and forth. That's all I care about.
He's got one of those gamer things.
I love those. That's the one.
Yeah, you're probably not going to get that from our bookkeeper.
Might need to learn the player number.
Yeah, probably not going to get that from our bookkeeper.
Russ.
What's that?
Russ says, Mike, you might need to learn the players' numbers. I don't know. Did you get one wrong? You must have got one wrong.
87, 84. I don't know. All those tight ends are 80s.
87, 84, 25 or 6 to 4.
83. You know? I deal in names, basically. I don't deal
right.
in numbers.
That's right.
All right, should we do our bowl selections?
Let's get to it. 7:45.
Timmy Boy give you his or not?
No, not yet.
He's not up yet?
He's not up yet.
He's not going to be a participant today.
He's got till kickoff.
Yeah, we'll get him in if he has a chance. But anyway, there's three. There's 3 bowl games today.
Pull it up here. Okay.
3 bowl games today. Again, I'm sitting at 11-4 in my bowl predictions. 276 confidence points. You've got the Sports Bowl today with Pittsburgh taking on Toledo. All right, give me Pittsburgh. Yeah, give me Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And give me 27 confidence points on Pittsburgh.
Wow.
This is a big day for me. The Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Rutgers against Kansas State. Give me Kansas State. And 24 confidence points on Kansas State. Then we've got the 68 Ventures Bowl tonight. Arkansas State and Bowling Green.
Sun Belt versus the MAC. Oh, I can't wait.
Give me 23 confidence points on Bowling Green. So my bowl bonanza picks for today, gang. Pittsburgh, K-State, and Bowling Green with a bunch of confidence points out there, 27, 24, and 23, as I look to put a nail into the coffin of our bowl bonanza showdown with Tyson, who is sitting at 9-6, and he's got 209 points entering today.
And let's see, you're not going to get a lot of separation unless Kansas State comes through, because you have 27 on Pitt. I have 26 on Pitt. I have Pitt for 26.
All right.
You have, and I'll save the Rutgers-Kansas State game for last intentionally. On the Bowling Green game, you have Bowling Green for 23. I have Bowling Green for 22.
Wow.
Yeah, right? Somehow we did that, unbeknownst. However, I'm flipping the script. You have a bunch of confidence points on the Wildcats. I'm going to stay in the Big Ten. I'm taking Rutgers.
Wow.
Taking Rutgers, and I'm so confident in this game. Give me 2. Give me 2 points for Rutgers.
Oh, God.
Because I don't have the heart to put a whole lot of confidence points against the Wildcats. I still have a little bit of a soft spot for them. They're kind of a popular team around here because of the proximity, I think, to Manhattan, Kansas, especially those folks down south in Corey's neck of the woods. And I've got a lot of friends down there in the Superior area, and a lot of those friends are Wildcat fans, or at least have family that's Wildcat fans just across the southern border over there in Kansas. So I still have a soft spot for the Wildcats, but I think Rutgers is going to win this game. But I'm not really confident in it. Just 2.
Yeah, throwing out 2 confidence points.
It's a big stretch.
All right, so
that could be a big separator for us.
I'm on Pittsburgh, Kansas State, Bowling Green. You're on Pittsburgh, Bowling Green, and Rutgers. Those are the 3 selections, your college football bowl games for today.
First game is 1 o'clock.
Not till then.
1 o'clock on ESPN. Then it's followed up by 4:30 on. It's a triple header on ESPN. They're doing all 3.
Okay, that's good news.
Yep. So just your one-stop shop starting at 1 p.m.
All right. Then tomorrow it looks like 5 bowl games tomorrow. Bunch on Saturday.
Update. We can do this live sports update today, by the way. In the 60th minute, the mighty Man City currently are tied with Everton. Premier League has a bunch of games today. I think it's like a big holiday in England on the day after Christmas in America. I'm not sure what the holiday is over there across the pond, but they get all of the Premier League teams in action in the middle of the week on this day. And so if you tune into like the USA or the NBC networks or Peacock all day long until the bowl games start, you can watch some Premier League English football.
Netflix had the games yesterday on.
How they do, by the way?
I didn't see anything major. I read a couple of blurbs today that they had a microphone problem early in the pregame for like 10 seconds. Okay. I didn't really catch that, but it was a lot better. Remember they had the Mike Tyson fight.
It was a disaster.
It was a disaster. But we didn't have any buffering issues.
Okay.
With Netflix. In fact, we had no issues. In fact, I think somebody even commented that they did a halfway decent job. Except their logo looks exactly like the Nebraska logo.
The Netflix
I don't know how they got by that, because the Nebraska logo and the logo they were using for Netflix yesterday looks exactly the same.
Well, it's an N, so.
Well, it's a red N. The same block is the style of print was exactly the same. I just said,
debatable.
hey,
That's debatable.
I said I was happy they were supporting Nebraska so much yesterday.
Sure. Yeah, give a lot of love. How much of the Netflix non-buffering issues came with the fact that, to be honest, if you were the common layperson in sports, did you know that the NFL was being played on Netflix? I mean, it was not advertised very well at all. There was no real build-up to all of those games airing on Netflix. Obviously, like your major sports networks that carry NFL on Sundays when you're watching weren't going to actively advertise on behalf of Netflix. So, if you were the common sports person that didn't have financial ties to a game or fantasy football implications, did you really even wake up and know, hey, for the first time ever, we've got NFL football on Christmas Day?
Well, I knew because
you're a Chiefs fan.
I know. Yeah, that the Chiefs were playing.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody else was playing, I would have probably blown off the NFL games yesterday. But yeah, we even had a Christmas brunch with Kansas City Chiefs fans in our family to get together early. Mm-hmm. Normally, we wouldn't get together at noon. We usually do it later on in the afternoon. But because the Chiefs played at 12 o'clock, we got together for a little brunch.
So you don't do like the whole Christmas morning unwrapping your presents? It's later in the day?
It's later in the day, into the night. That's traditionally what we do, but because yesterday the Chiefs were on early, we all got together early and spent the entire day out at Amber's.
Sounds like fun.
And the IT guy, he was there, and he mentioned Netflix and why they were having so many problems with the Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah.
You know, he was going into, well, the server wasn't big enough, and they didn't upload enough space and that, and they, how IT guys talk.
Talking all technical.
And you had to sit there and act like you knew exactly what he was talking about. Yeah, I understand. And they must have made a lot of corrections because it was a lot better yesterday.
Oh, good. No, I tuned in for the second half. I don't know why, of that Ravens-Texans game. It was a blowout by then. But tuned in. It didn't appear to be anything major. They had no hiccups. So
Beyonce was on at halftime.
Oh, there you go.
That was good. That was
good to see her.
Yeah, it made my day.
Hips don't lie. Wait, that's Shakira.
31-2, Baltimore beat Houston yesterday. The Chiefs, they beat Pittsburgh 29-10 in those two.
Big win.
That is a big win.
It's a big win because that secures your number one seed.
Yep.
Throughout the AFC playoffs.
First round bye.
They're looking better, by the way.
Last couple of weeks.
Here's the thing, because Kansas City struggled all year to cover spreads. They got to a pretty pivotal point in the schedule where they had some stiff competition. And I was kind of a Kansas City, and I thought maybe, okay, looking at the Kansas City schedule and what you had coming up and some of those big-time matchups, and I said, here's a window for Buffalo to sneak through.
But who slammed the door?
And Kansas City just shut the door, and they did it emphatically against, again, some pretty good competition. Pittsburgh's had a hell of a year all the way until like the last 2 weeks. All the way really until I started betting on Pittsburgh, and then they started to spiral. I should have just left them alone. But once I started putting money on Pittsburgh, they started playing like crap. So that's my fault, Mike. I'm sorry about that.
Chiefs have now covered 3 times in a row.
In a row?
Yeah. After they were miserable early in the year, they've covered 3 times in a row.
Right after everybody stopped betting on them.
Yeah. Or have lost our butts here the last.
Or have lost their butts.
Yeah, all year long, looking for a financial advisor to maybe give us some money to put into our account. So anyway. All right, you're waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning again, off of the Christmas holiday break. Some of you are off of the Christmas holiday break, going back to work today. Others, like our bookkeeper, she just took the entire week off. I said, what? You're not going back to work today? No, I'm off Thursday and Friday. I said, you haven't worked all week. So she took all week off. So if you're in that boat, I applaud you. I applaud you deeply. The rest of us, we're back at work here. It's 7:54 Thursday morning. You're waking up with Mike and Tyson on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
News this hour brought to you by the Hastings Federal Credit Union. They've been lighting the way to financial success since 1946. Hastings Federal Credit Union is proud to be your trusted long-term financial partner. Committed to providing the highest level of quality services, the Hastings Federal Credit Union provides banking services to all those living or working in Adams, Clay, Webster, Nuckolls, Thayer, and Fillmore counties. And with affordable loan rates, mobile banking, and a friendly staff that treats you like family, why would you go anywhere else? That's Hastings Federal Credit Union, 707 North Marion Road, or online at hastingsfcu.org. Hastings Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. Start off this morning with news and an update on Governor Jim Pillen, who is recovering from a procedure after being bucked off a horse he was riding on Sunday. Officials gave an update on the status of the governor on Monday morning to elaborate on the injuries, which included several broken ribs and a collapsed lung. Pillen was transported to the Columbus Community Hospital after the fall and then to the University of Nebraska Medical Center in Omaha. Pillen was reported to be in stable condition following surgery. Meanwhile, back in Hastings, damages were limited to a single room during a structure fire Monday night in the trailer park at Schmitty's Mobile Home Park thanks to the use of a smoke alarm. Hastings Fire and Rescue responded at 10:30 to the fire, the sole resident evacuating safely. The resident was checked for smoke inhalation but declined transport to the hospital. The home is still livable after cleaning and limited repairs. The cause of the fire? Accidental, caused by smoking around combustibles. Hastings Fire and Rescue also responded Monday afternoon to a fire on the roof of DeWitt Funeral Home and Cremation Services. That fire caused by the use of a torch on the roof, an operation for which the roofing crew had not obtained the proper hot work permit from the fire department. Troopers with the Nebraska State Patrol arrested a Grand Island man after a high-speed pursuit in the Sandhills. At approximately 2 p.m. on Monday, a trooper observed a Ford Edge driving westbound at over 100 miles per hour on Highway 2 near Dunning. As the vehicle approached Thedford, troopers deployed spike strips to stop the vehicle. The driver pulling over, coming to a stop, the driver being taken into custody without further incident. His name, 58-year-old Jeffrey Zatok, arrested and lodged in the Custer County Jail. All aboard! Ridership on Amtrak in Nebraska has doubled in the past 2 years. The 18% increase in Nebraska ticket sales outpacing the system's 15% increase. Using federal infrastructure dollars, the Amtrak depot in Hastings received significant upgrades to improve accessibility and comfort. 7:57, we'll swing it back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, take it away.
The Nebraska men's basketball team beat Oregon State 78-66 last night to win the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. It's the first multi-team event victory for the Huskers since the 2000 San Juan Shootout, and the second time a Fred Hoiberg coached team has won the Diamond Head Classic as he guided Iowa State to the tournament championship in 2013. Bryce Williams was named the tournament's MVP after scoring 25 points against the Beavers. Nebraska now 10-2 on the season. They'll play host to Southern on Monday. Tip-off will be at 8 o'clock. The Nebraska women's basketball team will play at number 1 ranked UCLA on Sunday. Tip-off of that game will be at 4. The Nebraska football team has picked up a transfer wide receiver from Kentucky, Dane Key, as the number 2 wide receiver and the number 6 overall player in the ESPN transfer rankings. Key was a 3-year starter for the Wildcats, who caught 126 passes for 1,870 yards and 14 touchdowns during his career. He'll have 1 year of eligibility remaining. Yesterday, we picked up a Christmas Day commitment from Idaho defensive back and return specialist Andrew Marshall. He played in 26 games over 2 seasons for the Vandals, and he'll have a couple of years of eligibility remaining. In punt returns last year, he returned 14 of them, averaged 10.7 yards per return. On 8 kickoff returns, took one to the house and averaged 40.9 yards on his kickoff returns. So that's an update on your sports headlines at Extreme Sports at 7:59.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by Weatherology.com. A dense fog advisory continues until noon today. Cloudy skies today with highs around 41. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overcast tonight 35. 48 tomorrow. Warmer Saturday and Sunday with highs in the mid-50s. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Frobley. Currently, it's 36 degrees.
We've got fog this morning with winds blowing out of the south at 4 to 10 miles per hour. 7:59 on Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson Avronic with you. Huddle up on Extreme Sports for this Thursday. So I guess today is the day that you kind of take back things that don't fit that you got for Christmas or things you don't want. It's a big retail day today.
Big retail day today. It's also a thank you day today. Today you send out your thank you cards to all those who generously got you gifts. Candy cane day today because you got to get rid of the candy canes before next year's holiday season, so you might as well mow down on all the candy canes that didn't get eaten. And it's Wiener Day today, not to be confused with Wiener Day. Wiener Day today. I'm not quite sure why.
Wine because you didn't get what you wanted for Christmas? Is that what they do that for?
Nah, probably. Yep, but whine about it. People
All
whine
right.
about it. I got everything I needed and more. So
Yeah, I have
grateful.
nothing to whine about today.
Except for my office chair.
We can't get a hold of the bookkeeper to see if we can buy you one because she ain't here.
Napping?
No, she's on vacation all week.
Oh, that's right.
She's on vacation all week, so
probably
maybe next
napping?
week. Of course, next week it'll be the New Year's holiday, and
Same thing.
yeah, she might not work next week either.
Run it back.
If you'd like to listen to the show again, you can. Go to our podcast section at our social media sites and download the podcast. You got Roku TV. Just flip that on here. As soon as we get her uploaded, you can click on our Mike and Tyson little icon there on Roku TV and listen to the show in its entirety again. In fact, if you want to listen to it 2 or 3 times,
You can do that too.
you can do that too. And, of course, we'll have our Blazing 5 picks tomorrow. And we'll have the Bowl Bonanza picks tomorrow. Got a bunch of picks to go through tomorrow. So
If I've counted correctly, about 20 picks tomorrow.
Wow.
We have like 15 bowl games to get through, and we have the Blazing 5. So our Super 20.
You think we're going to have a winning record with those?
Not a chance in hell.
So, again, if you're on bowl games today, I've got Pittsburgh, K-State, and Bowling Green. Tyson's on Pittsburgh, Rutgers, and Bowling Green. So wish you luck there.
Wish you luck. 1 o'clock, ESPN, all day.
All right. Thanks for joining us as we get back into the groove here following Christmas. Hopefully you had a great Christmas holiday and returning to work for most of us today. We'll do this again tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock here on Extreme Sports.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.